Alright folks, check this out. You see these athletes? These guys and gals are straight up animals. Olympic lifters throwing around weights like they're nothing. Gymnasts defying gravity. Sprinters moving like cheetahs on the track. They're operating at a whole other level, man. It's incredible. Now you're probably thinking, Joe, I could never do that. And you know what? You might be right. But that doesn't mean you can't train like them, at least to some degree. We're gonna break down these seemingly impossible exercises into something you can actually do, step by step. We're talking about building real strength, explosive power, and the kind of athleticism you didn't think was possible. No more bullshit workouts. We're going for the real deal. So buckle up because things are about to get intense. First up, we're tackling the king of lifts, the clean and jerk. This lift is not just a test of strength but also a testament to human capability and resilience. This movement is as primal as it gets, connecting us to our most basic instincts. You're basically taking a weight from the ground to overhead in one explosive movement. It's a full-body effort that demands coordination and power. It's how humans were meant to move, man. This lift embodies the raw, natural strength we all possess. Now the clean and jerk works pretty much every muscle in your body. It's a comprehensive workout in a single lift. You got your legs, your back, your core, your shoulders, everything's firing at once. It's a symphony of muscle engagement, and that's why it's so damn effective for building raw power and explosiveness. It's a true test of athleticism. But let's be real, the clean and jerk is a technical lift. It requires precision and practice. You just can't jump into it without knowing what you're doing. Preparation and understanding are key. Form is crucial here, folks. Proper technique ensures safety and effectiveness. You want to avoid injuries, right? A good warm-up and correct form are your best friends, so for you beginners out there, we're gonna break it down. Step by step, we'll make it manageable. Instead of going straight for that barbell, we're gonna start with some lighter weights, maybe even just a broomstick. It's all about building a solid foundation. Focus on nailing the technique first. Mastery of the basics is essential. Get that hip drive, that explosive pull, and that smooth lockout. Each phase is critical. Once you've got the form down, then you can start adding weight gradually. Progression is key to avoiding injury and building strength. And trust me, there's no better feeling than finally conquering that clean and jerk. It's a moment of triumph. It's like you've unlocked some ancient human potential. A sense of empowerment washes over you. You'll be walking taller, feeling stronger, and ready to take on the world. Remember, practice makes perfect. Consistency is your ally. Don't get discouraged if you don't get it right away. Every lift is a step towards mastery. Keep at it, and you'll be amazed at what your body can achieve. Progress might be slow, but it's steady. Now for those of you who are thinking, Joe, I'm not trying to be an Olympic weightlifter. I hear you. This lift is for everyone. But even if you never plan on loading up a barbell with your body weight, the principles behind the clean and jerk can be applied to everyday life. It's about functional strength. Think about it. How often do you have to lift something heavy off the ground? It's a common scenario. Groceries, furniture, kids, it's all a form of clean and jerk, right? Everyday tasks become easier. So by mastering this movement, you're not just building strength in the gym, you're building functional strength that translates to real-world situations. It's practical and beneficial. Plus, let's be honest, there's just something badass about being able to clean and jerk a heavy weight. It's a confidence booster. It's a primal display of power. A true testament to your strength and determination. It's like telling the world, I'm strong, I'm capable, and I'm not afraid of a challenge. It's a statement of resilience. So, whether you're a seasoned lifter or just starting out, don't shy away from the clean and jerk. It's a journey worth taking. Embrace the challenge, master the technique, and unlock your inner beast. The rewards are immense. Alright, let's talk about box jumps, baby. These aren't just any jumps, they're the kind that make you feel like you can leap tall buildings in a single bound. This is another exercise that separates the mortals from the superhumans. It's about pushing your limits and discovering what you're truly capable of. We're talking about pure, explosive power here. The kind of power that makes you feel unstoppable. It's like channeling your inner kangaroo, man. Imagine having that kind of spring in your step every day. Plyometrics like box jumps are all about training your muscles to exert maximum force in the shortest amount of time. It's about efficiency and power. It's about developing that lightning-fast twitch response that'll have you jumping higher, running faster, and just moving with a whole new level of athleticism. It's a game changer. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joe, I'm not about to go jumping on boxes like some kind of crazy person. It can be intimidating, I get it. And you know what? I get it, but don't let that stop you from trying. But here's the thing, you don't need a fancy box to reap the benefits of plyometric training. You can get creative with what you have around you. You can start with something as simple as a set of stairs. It's all about making the most of your environment. Just find a comfortable height and start practicing those explosive jumps. Consistency is key. Focus on landing softly and absorbing the impact with your muscles, not your joints. This will help prevent injuries and improve your technique. As you get stronger and more confident, you can gradually increase the height of your jumps. It's all about progression and pushing your boundaries. And trust me, there's nothing quite like the feeling of nailing a new personal best on your box jumps. It's a rush of accomplishment. It's like you're defying gravity, man. But remember, safety first. Always prioritize your well-being. Always start with a height you're comfortable with, and gradually work your way up. There's no rush. Take your time. Don't be afraid to use a spotter, especially when you're pushing your limits. It's always good to have that extra support. And speaking of pushing limits, let's talk about the mental aspect of box jumps. This is where the real challenge lies, because let me tell you, this exercise is as much a mental challenge as it is a physical one. It's about overcoming your fears. When you're standing there, looking up at that box, doubts start creeping in. It's natural to feel that way. Can I really do this? What if I miss? These thoughts can be paralyzing. What if I hurt myself? These are valid concerns, but they shouldn't hold you back. But here's the thing, you gotta silence those doubts, man. Push them aside and focus on your goal. You gotta trust your body, trust your training, and just go for it. Believe in yourself. Because when you finally conquer that fear, when you explode off the ground and land smoothly on top of that box, something incredible happens. You break through barriers. You realize that you're capable of more than you thought possible. It's a revelation. And that's a powerful feeling, man. It's the kind of empowerment that changes your perspective. That's the kind of confidence that spills over into every aspect of your life. It transforms you. So get out there, unleash your inner superhero, and start jumping. Embrace the challenge and enjoy the journey. Chapter 3. Gymnastics Rings Muscle-Ups, Mastering Your Body Weight. Alright, let's talk about the Gymnastics Rings Muscle-Up, one of the most badass and challenging bodyweight exercises out there. This is the kind of move that'll have you feeling like a straight-up ninja warrior. We're talking about pure upper body strength and coordination here. You're not just pulling yourself up, you're transitioning from a pull-up to a dip, using nothing but your own body weight and a set of rings. It's a true test of your strength, control, and frankly, your grit. Now I know what you're thinking, Joe, I can barely do a pull-up, let alone a muscle-up. And you know what? I hear you. But here's the thing, the muscle-up isn't some impossible feat of strength reserved only for elite athletes. It's a skill that can be learned and mastered with the right approach, just like anything else. We're gonna break it down into manageable steps, starting with the basics. First things first, you gotta build a solid foundation of pull-up and dip strength. If you can't do a good number of clean reps of each, then the muscle-up is gonna be a tough nut to crack. So, start by incorporating those exercises into your routine. Once you're comfortable with those, you can start working on specific muscle-up progressions. One of my favorite progressions is using resistance bands. They provide just the right amount of assistance to help you get the feel for the movement without overwhelming you. As you get stronger, you can gradually reduce the resistance until you're doing unassisted muscle-ups like a boss. But remember, form is everything with this exercise. You want to make sure you're using proper technique to avoid injuries and maximize your gains. Focus on keeping your core tight, your elbows close to your body, and your movements controlled throughout the entire exercise. And don't get discouraged if you don't get it right away. The muscle-up is a challenging move that takes time and dedication to master. But trust me, when you finally nail that first rep, it's an incredible feeling of accomplishment. You'll be walking taller, feeling stronger, and ready to take on the world, one muscle-up at a time. Chapter 4. Sprinting, Unleash Your Inner Speed Demon. Alright folks, let's talk about sprinting, the ultimate test of speed and power. This is where you can truly push your limits and see what you're made of. We're not talking about jogging on a treadmill here. We're talking about all-out, balls-to-the-wall, explosive speed that'll have you feeling like a cheetah on the hunt. It's about that adrenaline rush, the wind in your face, and the ground flying beneath your feet. Sprinting is one of the most primal and effective forms of exercise out there. It builds muscle, burns fat, improves cardiovascular health, and unleashes your inner speed demon. It's a full-body workout that engages every muscle group, from your legs to your core to your arms. Now I know what you're thinking. Joe, I'm not Usain Bolt. I don't have the genetics or the build for sprinting. I'm not built for speed. And you know what? You might be right, but that doesn't mean you can't improve and get faster. But here's the thing. Everyone can improve their sprinting ability with the right training. First things first, forget everything you think you know about running. Sprinting is a different beast altogether. Sprinting is not just about moving your legs as fast as you can. It's a complex movement that requires coordination, strength, and precision. It's about technique, power, and explosiveness. You need to harness every ounce of energy and direct it into forward motion. You gotta think about your arm drive, your stride length, your foot strike. Everything plays a role in generating maximum speed. Each component is crucial and can make a significant difference in your performance. One of the best ways to improve your sprinting technique is to break down the movement and practice each phase individually. Focus on the start, the acceleration, and the top-end speed separately. Focus on driving your knees high, pumping your arms, and landing on the balls of your feet. Each of these elements helps in maximizing your speed and efficiency. You can even use resistance bands to improve your explosiveness and power output. These tools add an extra layer of challenge and help in building strength. Another key aspect of sprinting is recovery. Your muscles need time to repair and grow stronger. You're not going to be able to sprint at full speed for extended periods of time, so it's important to incorporate rest intervals into your training. This helps in preventing injuries and maintaining peak performance. Interval training, where you alternate between periods of high-intensity sprinting and rest or low-intensity exercise, is an incredibly effective way to improve your speed and endurance. It keeps your body guessing and adapts to higher levels of exertion. And don't forget about the mental aspect of sprinting. Your mindset can be the difference between giving up and pushing through. It takes a lot of grit and determination to push yourself to your limits, especially when your legs are burning and your lungs are screaming for air. But that's where true growth happens. But that's where the magic happens, man. That's where you break through those mental barriers and discover what you're truly capable of. It's a journey of self-discovery and resilience. So get out there, lace up those shoes, and unleash your inner speed demon. Embrace the challenge and enjoy the process. You might not be the next Usain Bolt, but you'll be amazed at what you can achieve when you push yourself to the limit. The sky's the limit when you give it your all. So there you have it, folks. 4 exercises that can take you from average Joe to super athlete. Alright, maybe not super athlete, but you'll be well on your way. Pick one, start incorporating it into your routine, and watch how your body transforms. Trust me, you'll be amazed at what you're capable of, and be sure to let me know how it goes in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed, because next week, we're diving deep into the diets of these super athletes. We're talking about the fuel they use to perform at the highest level, and how you can apply those same principles to your own nutrition. It's gonna be good, folks. Stay tuned.